All right. Hello, everyone. I'm going to be starting off, at least today, see how it goes. Starting out on the test server here for 9.20. You'll notice it's a little bit different. They changed the user interface around just a little bit. Doesn't really do much, but main thing you're going to see here is basically there's going to be some changes to high tier tanks, and most notably, there's going to be Chinese tank destroyers here. The WZ-111, or not 111, 113 GFT here is the tier 10. Has a 152 millimeter gun, 750 damage, nearly 300 millimeters of pen. The heat round, almost 400 millimeters of penetration. It's pretty crazy as far as the heat round pen, but more or less this tank, it's going to be very reminiscent of, it looks like a Russian TD, like most Chinese tanks do. It's I haven't played this yet, so here's the hoping it doesn't feel too clunky, but so far the mobility is extremely poor, but the on the move accuracy surprisingly isn't that bad. Turning left and right though feels pretty terrible. So this thing is definitely not very mobile, to say the least. But I'm gonna be at least going, for at least the first hour here on the test server. We'll see how it goes. If I have more tanks I need to test out, or I'll just stick here for the whole stream. If it's going well, I might just do the second half, on the NAE server. So far, though, it looks like going out here was not the best idea. Yeah. It's definitely a little bit of a learning curve, hopping to a different server, because they play completely differently than the NA server. Alright, there's 3 tanks pull right in front of me. That's totally cool. Needless to say that this is probably gonna end bad. But so far this thing seems to be all gun and literally nothing else. The armor on it I think is, it's alright, but the mobility and the size definitely seem to be a bit of a problem here. I guess got hit by a heat round from the same tank. That's not too surprising. Literally, the heat round on this thing will penetrate basically anything that you hit, which to me is a little bit concerning. But more or less, what you're gonna see here for the tanks that I don't have, on my regular account. 100% crew with equipment, but no brothers in arms. I could try to convert some experience to put that on, but more or less no brothers in arms. So this statistically, it has a little over 3,000 DPM, and it's comparing it to, let's see what I could, as far as the TDs I have to pick from. Just compare it to a T110E3 here, the new Chinese tier 10 TD. So as far as the guns go, somewhat similar. However, this does have a better premium round than the T110E3. But moving down here, it's less accurate, a little bit less DPM. To me, driving that thing, it definitely feels very clunky for the size of the thing. And you also have to factor in the gun depression, -6, which isn't terrible, but, granted, that match sucked. There's no around that. No getting around that, so I'm going to hop into the now changed tier 10 AMX Foch B here. It's got a new gun, 120 millimeters, which lacks penetration significantly for a tier 10 TD, but has a six round 122 or 120 millimeter gun here. Which, hello everyone. Sorry. Nice to see a lot of you guys. And thank you very much if you are, it looks like you're here, for the gift shop package today. I now have a Poodle on my regular account. Thank you for tipping Levi Dana. I have no idea, Nice Cuppa, as far as what the reload would drop to with, say, food and whatnot. I can't do the math off the top of my head, but basically, you know, the Chinese TDs, they seem more or less very similar to the Russian tank destroyers, just with, you know, a different shape and size, more or less. And yeah, they don't seem anything too special. But then again, I haven't looked too much at the lower to mid tiers, but yeah. Thank you very much, Labobo, for the tip. But specifically, moving on to the Foch here, the gun, yeah, 257 millimeters of pen is, you know, pretty much average for a tier 10 heavy. For a tier 10 TD, it's terrible. What this does have is a ton of burst damage, and you know, the gun's a little bit more reliable than the 155 used to be, just statistically. Now, the penetration, on the other hand, you know, that does cause some concerns, because it doesn't matter how accurate and reliable the gun is if you can't frickin' pen anything. So Chigas got destroyed here. Again, this is gonna be different. Playing on the test server here, it's a lot different than playing on the NA server. People go to different spots. Holy crap, he's pinging a lot. Yeah, people go to different spots and they play a lot more aggressively, so playing TDs here is going to be a little bit of a stretch for me, at least to begin with. Hello, Football, nice to see you. Well, the Poodle's basically, you know, it's a down-tiered stock Panther, more or less. But it seems like a pretty decent premium for, I haven't been able to play it yet, but I guess stuck my butt out there. Yeah, as you can tell, as far as gameplay goes, it is, yeah, not only is there a ton of premium getting chucked around, but it's not like playing on the North American server where people camp their asses off. Why don't I switch into something that'll let me kind of get into a groove here, which if I can even find them. The tank order is different on the test server here. Russian tanks are first, which I'm looking for the newly revamped IS-7 here. So IS-7 got an HP buff. It also got a mobility buff and a gun handling buff to it. Hello, Tig, nice to see you. Which, as far as the test server here, you know, not to say I'm not taking tank requests, but I'm pretty much just going to be popping around the new tanks, the tanks that changed, and if it comes a point where I've kind of touched everything, then I'll hop over to the NA server. So thank you very much, Ghost, for the tip. The IS-7 here, more or less the buffs they gave it, you know, the HP is definitely welcomed, but they gave it a bit of mobility to where it's actually going to be able to move around significantly better than before. And as you can see, I don't know if you notice it, but I notice it right off the bat. The gun accuracy is loads better than it used to be. It's still not, you know, anywhere near, say, like a tier 10 medium, but it's definitely better than before. And the mobility here, like, just guesstimating, I'd probably be right about here at this point. And it just, turning left and right feels a lot better now, just right off the bat. Today I won't be platooning, at least on the test server here. I would say I probably would want to wait to do any challenges until after I'm off the test server as well, if there are any. You know, I'm just solely on here so you guys could really see the new tanks and I can get a little glimpse at them too. The test server, Gus, so you just go to worldoftanks.com or whatever your server is, the main page, and you can download the test client. As long as your account's not brand new, all the instructions are there. Hello, Daniel or Raru? Alright. Hello, Presemcio? Hopefully that's close. Alright, obviously it's like our south. I didn't want to go there because we had a ton of people that way, but it doesn't seem like I'm gonna get any help up here to push. Football has nothing to do with your stats or anything. I guess since I'm here on the test server just looking at new things, I'm just gonna be soloing. Typically I platoon today, but today's kind of a different stream. Hello, Deepan, nice to see you. This is honestly, little dog down here is starting to annoy me. He's whining. Thank you for tipping him again. It's just yeah, he's being a little bit of a brat right now. This is gonna hurt. Maybe I should be chucking premium out as well. But I'm definitely gonna die here. There's no question about that. I stayed out there a little bit too long. And yeah. Hello, Super Cat. Nice to see you. All right. So more or less, that didn't go very well, but it's something that I do want to show off before I hop into the next match. They did change the T-54 guns around a little bit to where there is a pretty significant difference between the two now. You have the 100mm D-54. Rate of fire is about 7 right now, where, you know, currently on 9.19 the rate of fires are, you know, a little bit closer, and, you know, more or less the gun with the higher rate of fire is downright the better gun. Now they're a little bit different to where it depends on how you're actually going to play the tank. Me personally, I'm probably still going to stick with the D10 T2S. Even though the accuracy is worse, basically you gain a little bit over 1 round per minute, which is pretty significant, but you lose a little bit of penetration, a bit of accuracy, but more or less this is going to be the mid-range to long-range gun. They're kind of making the T-54, since it goes to the Object 140, T-62A, have different guns, because the T-62A is more of a, you know, they're trying to make that more of the mid to long range tank, and Object 140 more of the close to mid range tank, but not long range. So the T-54, you know, now it's guns. You actually have a choice between the two, whereas before, you know, you pretty much just wanted to pick the gun with the higher DPM. Hello, Heavy Metals. Thank you very much. I'm glad I can help. Yeah, the names of the Chinese TDs are gonna take a while. Hey, little bud. Okay, Grigsby. Well, I'm not even sure. Like, I may just stick around on the test server here. Um, just testing things out. We'll see how it goes, though. The Object 140, but I'll keep that in mind if I pop over to the regular server. Awesome. We got a person TKing Artie. You're such a dick, dude. Object 140 here got a pretty significant buff. The turret armor got buffed to where it's not overmatched as easily now. So that's definitely going to help it. Not that I don't think it needed the buff, to be honest, but got one. Hello, Rich. Nice to see you. Levi might get in a lot of trouble here if he doesn't stop his little pouting. I did so much with this dog after I got home from work today. Right, at least our team's getting some good shots on them. I just hope that guy doesn't keep TKing people. I think he gets shot already because he's a dick. That's what it looked like. I hit the TVP. I didn't kill him now. Hello, Carl and T-Dog. Which already, they're back to testing British TD changes, American light tank changes for the patch following 9.20 here. They're basically looking to, I don't know, flip the whole game on its freaking head at this point, what it looks like. Hello, Illusions. It's pretty scary. Nah, the octopus is still kicking around from last stream. He has, I forget what he has here. I think it's one of his hedgehogs. Alright, I'm just gonna head up onto the hill here. I'm gonna try to hop into some more French TDs and Chinese TDs here. Like, I'm not gonna play under tier 8 just because on the test server, sometimes it's difficult getting into mid to low tier matches. This guy going to move it. There he is. Got him. Good video quality, you need a very high bit rate for live streaming. I do have to remember I'm on the test server too, so chucking premium rounds is not a sin. Which it looks like they're revamping. They put out an article today, Wargaming, about ranked battles. Basically, they're switching them up again. In my opinion, the changes that they're doing actually makes me want to play it less. They're making it more of a time sink. What they're doing is increasing the amount of chevrons it takes to get to the top rank, which is all fine and dandy, but they're also changing how chevrons are gained. only the top 10 players on the winning team gain them now. And on top of that, whereas before it was the top 12, I believe. So the top 10 gain them, bottom 5 on the winning team and top 5 on the losing team don't lose any, don't gain any. And then anybody, the bottom 10 on the losing team lose one. So more or less, it seems like it's almost a wash as far as gaining them, but to me it's actually going to be harder gaining chevrons, because you have to be in the top 10 of your team to gain them. Whereas before, if I'm not mistaken, it was only the top 12. And then it was the bottom 3 on the winning team, top 3 on the losing team that didn't gain or lose them. So not only is it harder to gain a chevron now, it's also harder because you need more of them to reach rank 5. So basically rank battles are becoming more of a time sink, which completely, yeah, it doesn't make me want to play them at all, because yeah, they are adding more maps to the mode at the very least. Well, Deadlock, they're already posting stuff for 9 point, so if the numbers, you know, stay in the same order, 9.21, they're already posting patch notes and changes for the next patch. It's nothing set in stone. Basically they're super test stats. Come on, let's just kill them. I just want to move on to the next match. But yeah, basically American TDs. American light tanks are changing to where both lines are going to branch off the T-37, basically to the T-57 heavy tank and the Sheridan, and they're introducing a new T-71 light tank that's slightly different than the current one we have. But getting back to this specific match, the Object 140 here, prior to the change to the turret, I wouldn't have actually went up and tried to brawl against that WZ-111. It's just the turret on this, it's not immune. However, they're going to have to hit your hatches, which are still pretty prominent. They're actually much bigger than the T-62A, but the turret itself is now much stronger, and a lot of things are going to bounce off of it compared to before. No, Tig, it does tell me. Like, I saw that you purchased one, which is, you know, why I gave him one. And Dana got one a little bit before you. I have the chatbot right up on my other screen here, and it tells me when people purchase stuff. Also when they use the request command as well. Hello, Andre. I think the T110E5 is still good. IS-7 still has bigger weak spots, and the T110E5, the gun is still better than the IS-7s. Like, since it is a test server stream, I'll compare the two here. Because I was getting to the new M48 Patton here. So more or less, IS-7 against the E5. Starting out with HP, IS-7 has a leg up on that. E5 has better gun depression, more DPM, a lot more accuracy. With the buffs to the IS-7s on the move accuracy, though, they're comparable while moving. But E5's gun definitely is more accurate. Penetration, E5's higher, and I believe the T110E5 premium round is also better. But you know, outside of that, there's, you know, the armor. The IS-7 has better armor, I would say, on the turret and also the sides. E5 has the better armor on the front hull, and yeah, it has that cupola people can pen, unfortunately. But I would say that they're equally matched now. Whereas the E5, I would say, before these changes, would wipe the floor. But something I almost forgot about, the M48 Patton, it didn't really receive any changes statistically. However, they did give it a new turret. Yeah, it's the M48A5 turret, I believe. So more or less what you're going to see here is a much smaller cupola compared to the old M48A1. And on top of that, the turret armor is also significantly buffed from the previous M48A1 that's on 9.19. Hello, Abdul. Nice to see you. Gus, if you want to know what a Wooloo is, Google what it is. It should pop up. I want to, I'd rather people find out for themselves. The T92 light's gonna be a premium, Carl. That's why we haven't seen it yet. And of course I got a map that I can't really hold down much on this, but the new turret on the M48, it's not immune to tier 10 premium rounds nor tier 10 TDs, but it will actually bounce rounds now if you're hold down. Now, one of the gripes I have about the new turret here is it's kind of, not to say a slap in the face, but the US has so many different mediums that they could implement, and this basically, to me, if they keep it, if they keep this change intact, which they probably will, is that, we're not going to see a new, like, American medium branch anytime soon, if ever. But, the turret definitely does look nice, and the buff the M48's getting, it's probably, like, it's not the best tier 10 medium right now. It's going to be one of the better ones in 9.20, because it's actually going to have armor to hold down with, and less weak spots for the enemy to pick you apart with. Uh-oh, what are you doing, dude? I'm not popping up there, Sheridan, because once you, once you get up there, you're gonna be in for a world of hurt. I'm mainly stuck with heat here, because this guy's in a pretty decent spot. Well, I think from reading on the forums, people kind of discussing this change, it was never actually used on this specific hull, which is why I guess they changed the name of it from the M48A1 just to the M48. But World of Tanks is so unhistorical now to where I think most people will appreciate the buff, and I can't even damage it anymore. It'd be nice if our arty just took him out, but yeah. Alright, so after this, I will get back to the new Chinese TDs and also the changes to the French tank destroyers as well. And I shot the frickin' pillar. I don't even care that I'm throwing full heat out. It's the test server. Alright, he's still moving. 2 HP, oh my god. we go. Ah, crap, the IS-7's moving up. Alright, Sheridan. Let's do this. Tracked him. Where'd you go? Shit, I was hoping he kind of had the derp gun, but that works. Have I turned the game audio down? Why is it up? It should be using my same settings. If it isn't, let me know, guys. Yeah, usually the test server uses the same exact settings I have on my, the NAE server. For whatever reason the audio's up. I can check after this battle. That's a quick little fix. I didn't really get shot in the turret this match, unfortunately, but... Hey, you can't hear the... Well, usually my audio is a little bit lower. But... the game's quiet? Let's say it should... That's the same as, I was about to say, this is the same as I usually have. So... That's a little strange. Let me... But there's no audio of the game? That's odd. Alright, well... We'll see what... doing this does, so... But... It's showing audio, honestly it's showing audio on my side, and it's also showing audio, I can hear it, and OBS is saying that it basically is outputting it, so that's odd. Anyway, getting to the tier 9 Chinese tank destroyer. So let me add these two guys back into here. So I played the tier 10 and it felt really clunky. I'm a little bit terrified to see what the tier 9 feels like. They have virtually the identical top gun. However, this has a little bit worse accuracy, a little bit worse damage per minute. Armor's worse, excuse me. HP's a lot worse. And the mobility, I would assume, yeah, is worse as well. So basically the tier 9 and 10, there's not too much different about them. It's just a minor upgrade going from them. So we'll see. Honestly, if there's no game audio, let me just do this, guys. This will fix it. It's just gonna turn black for a minute, but well, if I can find the if I can find the game again. There we go. This will fix it pretty quickly here. If it doesn't fix this, then there's nothing I can do about it until I pop onto the other account here. Alright, so here we go. Hopefully that fixes it, just kind of rebooting it. It may or may not. The spotlight. But from, like, I just plowed through and bought all these Chinese TDs and kind of looked at them right before I hopped on. Like I said about a week ago, they almost, to me, which thank you very much, Zdenek for the subscription. To me, they almost, I didn't think they were complete Russian, like, carbon copies as far as how they're going to play. They definitely looked like them, but from at least that first tier 10 match, it looks like they're pretty much going to be like the Object 268 line. Just slightly different, more clunky, and yeah, they don't seem all that interesting at all, honestly. Hello Mojo, nice to see you. But yeah, basically they just seem like at least the tier 8 to 10, like what is it, the Object, yeah, Object 907, Object 268, and I forget the other one, the ISU 152. But yeah, they look like Russian tanks. They definitely feel like Russian TDs. It's this is the test server, Mojo, for 9.20. I'm at least doing the first hour here. We'll see how the next few matches go, and I might pop over onto the regular server, do a few tank requests, and like maybe a double or two. I try my best to pronounce everyone's names. I definitely screw them up a lot, but hey, I at least try. But more or less what you're going to get out of the 9.20 patch. The Chinese TDs aren't going to change much. They're not anything crazy overpowered, underpowered, or different. The changes to a bunch of tier 8 to 10 standard tanks, so Russian tank destroyers, yeah, Russian mediums, Russian heavies, and then you have French heavies, TDs, and mediums getting changed a little bit too. They're going to be the main changes to kind of take from this patch. This is probably going to end up very badly for me, playing aggressive in this thing, but we'll see how it goes. I at least killed one tank. Since there's a T-54 back here. Oh god, I'm stuck. Oh, I killed the Foch somehow. That guy though is just punching straight through my. That's the lower plate. It's not surprising. Thank you, Mitch, for the subscription. Yes. I will say, you know, it's not going to be a lot of requests that I can do since I'm only going to be on the regular server at most for an hour, probably less, so. My arch nemesis of the match here. And I missed him. Go figure. It does have a log, yes. Should I just push? Like, screw it. I'm just gonna go for it. The main thing I would say the Chinese TDs have going for them is the frickin' insane amount of heat penetration. They just, the 9 and 10 seem like Object 907s more or less. Abort, that guy's got APCR. Revgus ran away. Just my team is like, they kicked ass out in the freaking valley, and now they're all just kind of sitting out there like, don't know what they're doing out there, like a kumbaya circle or something, or... I will say your English is pretty good. Probably better than mine in a way. Ah, why'd you just die? Wish I had HE loaded here. Screw it, I'll pop out here. He's probably gonna kill me, but yeah. Okay, the audio's better now. That's nice to hear. Alright, so the tier 9 match was a little bit better than tier 10 at the very least. So that first match was terrible. But yeah, damage wise, yeah, more or less like going down the tiers here. As far as their top guns, once you get down to the tier 8, it doesn't have a 750 damage gun, of course. That would be a little insane. But 130 millimeters, 560 damage. Let me see if I can get a match in this thing. But this tank just seems like, when I was passing through this, equipping these tanks for the stream here, you know, it has a 130 millimeter gun at tier 8. 560 damage, pretty much tier 10 levels penetration. It's going to pen virtually everything it comes across. I'm just interested to see what downsides this tank has. So, like, I'm sure it's not very mobile. The armor doesn't look anything do I know of a contributor from Czech Republic? No, I do not, unfortunately. But just from, you know, the gun on this thing just seems crazy good for a tier 8 TD. And it doesn't have a turret. You can kind of see the left and right gun constraints here aren't very wide, which is typical for, not to call this a Russian TD, but for a Russian TD. So... well, thank you, Graham. But I'm interested to see how bad... Alright, so the aiming circle doesn't move very much while moving. That's a little scary, because it has I think it was like 0.36 accuracy. Gun depression, I didn't look at, but it looks like 5 degrees. 5 or 4. Hello, Trenton, nice to see you. But mobility is definitely lacking in this thing. I completely agree, Jeffrey. Soviet block TD. Well, you know, it's not very blocky. It's got that Chinese little wedge shape that they seem to slap on the front of every Soviet tank. Thank you very much, Dana, for the tip. That is very generous. Thank you again. I'll have to update the stream total here. Well, honestly, Andre, I've played one match in the tier 9 and 10. I've looked at their stats, you know, before this, but virtually it seems like more or less just a rehash of the Russian Object 268 line, which, you know, isn't always a bad thing. But if you like the Russian 268 line, it's definitely a line that you would like. I won't, you know, definitely say, like, I can't give you a complete informed answer, to be honest, since I haven't put in a few matches in each tank. I can usually get a feel for a tank in a few matches. That was a very stupid move on my part. He's a goner. No, this is the test server. I'm dead. Oh, my gun! My gun saved me! Yeah. My gun won't save me again. But... Alright, let me fix this here really quick. But... at least from first glance, you know, the Chinese TDs, they definitely don't seem bad. They're just they're nothing new to World of Tanks, more or less. It's like going to the comparison here, because they did change the Russian TD around, the ISU 152. They gave it a different gun. So let's add this to the comparison. I'm gonna have to change the configuration around on this guy a little bit, because I do not have the ISU 152. Let me just get a little bit of equipment. I'm just gonna put the same equipment that I have on the Chinese tank. So looking at the two, gun-wise, ISU 152 beats it in alpha damage. WZ 111 beats it in penetration. And then as far as the other stats, it actually has -6. So both have the same gun depression, better accuracy on the WZ 111, more DPM on the ISU, which is still kind of crazy to think of because it has 750 damage compared to 560. So DPM on both are still very good for a tier 8 TD, but the ISU beats it out in alpha and DPM, but lacks penetration and accuracy. So this will definitely be better at fighting at long range. And I believe this also has a faster shell as well, as far as the velocity goes. Hit points, lower hit points, and the whole armor definitely better on the WZ-111. 180, that's actually pretty, I would say pretty good for a tier 8 TD with that type of gun. So let me flop over to a different tank. I'm going to try another match in the new tier 10 Foch. See ya, Zdenek. Hello, Enars. Nice to see you. Well, the test server, pretty much everyone's accepted, except for if you have like a brand new account. So back into the new French tier 10 TD here with the 120mm gun. I'm going to swap right over to APCR because 257mm pen, it's definitely pushing it for... To me, they should have given it a little bit more, because people are just gonna spam APCR out of this anyway. It's just with the somewhat long reload, 35 seconds between the clips, and having all 6 of your shells tied to either AP, APCR, or HE, it's too much of a risk, say coming across, say, like a mouse or a tank with actual armor at tier 10. Especially with the medium, a lot of mediums getting turret armor buffs to where 257mm pen just isn't going to cut it against a lot of tanks. Blitz account, that's your problem there. The test server is only for the PC version. You know, standard World of Tanks PC. Blitz is, not to say an entirely different game, but you know, Blitz isn't going to get the patch that, you know, is currently being tested here. So that's your issue. While Wargaming, you know, makes both games, it's a different Wargaming branch that does Blitz. Lord, this is not going to go well. Don't go out there, guys. It's just there's no arty to where they're smart sitting there. Alright, little dog. No. Oh, I'm gonna get shot. I had to give him a little tap on the butt there. He's sitting down there. You probably can hear him whining a little bit under the microphone. He's sitting there whining to get more biscuits. He knows he's not supposed to be doing that. See you, Grigsby. Thank you very much for watching. But I actually felt bad for him. He was pretty sad when I left for work this morning. So I took him out when I got home from work. Typically I just take him like for a walk and play with him around the house, but I actually took the dog out and had some fun. So I don't feel bad for him right now. Starting to wage a war in my backyard with aphids. That was right before I came on to download the test server here. For anyone that gardens, I have 1,500 ladybugs on their way now. Well, Levi does, he likes streaming time. He does know he gets stuff out of it now. That's part of the problem where he whines at everything if he thinks he can get something out of it. But he is smart enough to where he knows if I give him, I guess, point a finger at him or I give him a little tap, that he needs to stop before he gets in trouble. I knew this guy was sitting here waiting for me. So far the tier 10 Foch is pretty freaking awesome. Granted, I'm using pure APCR here. It's the test server, but compared to the previous 155, which I can't test that because I don't own the 155 yet. It feels like a much better tank. Ladybugs. I do not want Asian beetles, no. Thank you very much for tipping, Levi. Hello, Fix-It Man, nice to see you. I was saying, not that they're exactly the same thing, but I had to deal with every summer Japanese beetles. Those things are annoying as all hell. Alright, so obviously the 257 pen, oh god, I was about to say, I thought he was using the 257mm pen round AP. He was not. He was throwing pure APCR at me. I'm a little bit surprised that he bounced that much. But yeah, a lot of people more or less were relating this to the Waffle Trigger E100. The burst damage is much lower on this. So you have 6 rounds at 400 damage. a piece. That's about, I think, 600 to 800 damage less than the Waffle 100, and it puts it out slower than it did. You know, the tank that was pulled from the game, 128mm gun on that. So it's not as completely broken as that was, and it doesn't have a turret, and the penetration is lower. So I think this is actually, it's a very good tank now. It's definitely not overpowered. To me, it's fair. You're going to have good matches like this. You're going to have bad matches to where someone just flanks you. Or, you know, this thing's so large, if you can't stay hidden, it's not like you can hold down in it, so on and so forth. Alright, so another... I'm trying to think of other tanks that receive pretty large changes, but I might try to hop into... because the AMX AC-48 here also got changed. The top gun is a 3-round 120mm autoloader. So essentially, more or less, you're going from tier 8 to 10, almost virtually the same tanks, outside of the armor increases from tier 8 to 9, and then 9 and 10 are virtually the same. And the guns going from... well, let me pull up the tier 9. I don't think it will, because I already have it pulled up. Basically, you go from 3 rounds on tier 8, 4 rounds on tier 9, to 6 rounds at tier 10. With the same gun, more or less, just slightly different stats. Hello, Nemenja. Nice to see you. Yeah, oh, I know that they are pretty nasty. Hey, little bud. You got tipped another biscuit. Thank you very much for tipping him, B. And thank you, Gary, for tipping Levi a new toy. I'll do it after this battle here. What do you mean, third thing on the victory map? What do you mean by that, John? No, I do not, Canadian. The 140, it's pretty much a buff. I played it several matches ago, to where, you know, it's much better. To me, I don't think it needed the changes, but yeah. More or less the change is, you know, just can't get its roof overmatched now. So it's a pretty significant per armor buff. Well, the Chinese server has always been pay to win. Let's be honest here. To me, it's not even a real server. You know, Wargaming doesn't even... they're not allowed to manage it. The way Chinese games work, if it's an outside company, a Chinese company needs to actually basically own the game and operate it independently. Mercy, I'm not playing... this is the test server. I'm pretty much just playing tanks that are changing right now. I might pop over here soon and on the regular server, which I do have some requests already. But if anybody does request things, I will try to get to them, but I won't have a ton of matches to be able to do standard requests. Which, hello, Ray, and also Alex. And hello, Romania. Thanks, Graham, for pointing that out. Alright, so it seems like the enemy team is just going to camp, so... yeah, this is awesome. Why don't I just go out here alone? What's the worst that could happen? Aside from getting, like, killed in 20 seconds. But looking at 9.20, to me, I think the medium tank changes, a lot of the armor buffs, I don't think they're necessary. But the patch as a whole, it kind of sucks that the new graphics render and the map changes aren't coming, because the Chinese TDs, yes, there are a bunch of new tanks for the game, but they don't feel new. So they're nothing really to get excited about, in my opinion. Say this tank is a little bit more ferocious than you probably remember AMX. This guy I'm actually going to want to run away at because he's throwing heat. He can pretty much pen me regardless. Which, yeah. Well, killed very quickly, so... I was thinking I was gonna run into the tier 10 Foch. Alright, he's a goner. But from, like, I literally just got this tank on my regular account. Playing that compared to playing this, I will say this is a gigantic buff for this tank. You are gonna need some premium rounds because the pen against 9s and 10s is a little bit iffy. Like, I'm playing this close up right now, but this tank typically plays further back. But this tank will actually have a little bit of bite to it. Yeah. You're probably all the way up on the frickin' mountain there. Alright, just seeing if this guy pulls back enough for me to shoot him. We have plenty of other people on my team that could push up. Yeah. Whether or not they do, I have no idea. It is the test server, so usually I just, for lack of better words, YOLO at people. Which at this point, I'm probably gonna die, but screw it. Yep, I died. I missed my first shot. I knew that was gonna happen. But, test server, moving along. Well, the 30 versus 30, I'm not too excited about it. In all honesty. Alright, so let me hop into this guy one more time. I might do another battle or so. I was about to say, the game sounds, didn't they fix themselves? They fixed themselves? I thought they did when I restarted the client. Hello, dog. Someone was very nice and gifted you, which I honestly don't even know what I'm picking out here because Ryan bought all these the other day and I was not with her. So we have a we have an alligator. Oh god. He I'm pretty sure he's gonna destroy this thing. Here you go. What is she doing to me? Thank you very much, Gary, for tipping Levi a toy. And Fix It Man, I'll tip him a biscuit here soon. Oh my god. I guess this is what I get for she went to TJ Maxx alone. Yeah. Alex Brook, the test server for patches, if you have a client or if you have an account on any World of Tanks PC server, so not Blitz, you will basically get into every single test server. As long as your account, you know, has been active, say for at least a month or two, you will get into a test server. You don't have to put an application. That's completely different. That's the sandbox server. This is for, you know, this is a public test server for testing out new patches. So let's say Ryan Ryan definitely picked a loud toy. Oh my god. People probably think I'm crazy. When I'm in the store, I sit there just squeaking them like over and over to make sure that they're not too loud. Obviously she skipped that step. Let's see if I can get this guy around. Hello, Harvey. Luckily, he typically gives up after a few minutes, and yeah. This is gonna hurt. Unfortunately, I'm definitely gonna die here. Yeah, this is gonzo here. Yeah. That would be pretty funny if I could time him squeaking to the. Yeah. Why don't I? Let's see. I'm gonna do one more match here. Trying to remember what exactly has changed. Why don't I play the T54? And I want to play it with, yes, this gun. So basically, this is the current gun that most people use. Just seeing the difference between. Hey, little bud, do you want a biscuit? I'm gonna give it back to him, but after this, I'll pop over onto the NAE server. You want your toy again? Oh Lord. I'm a little bit afraid to see what else she has in there. So I use the 90mm Graham. It's got more DPM than 100mm, and you know they definitely have their trade-offs. But I like the 90mm when I swap between the two. Started with the 100, moved to the 90, never moved back to the 100. I do have an E100 Mercy, yes. Please take a look at my tank request list. I've told you a few streams here. Alright, so this T54 gun here is the least accurate of the two. That basically they tweaked around a little bit. But as you can see here, on the move accuracy, it's still pretty freaking accurate. Which, you know, I still think this is going to be the go-to gun. But at the very least, which alright, John, I guess saw your message there. I'll take a look at I'll take a look after this battle here. But I still think this is going to be the go-to gun just because the accuracy difference isn't that much different compared to the other gun while moving around. I have no exactly. I don't. Alex, I don't know exactly for sure. I'm not wargaming, but if you have an account on like the World of Tanks NA server or EU, you should get invited under the same account. You just log in using the same username. If it's not working, you'll have to ask someone on the forums or customer support. I can't help you. Basically, all they do though is they take a snapshot a few weeks before a test server comes up of all the servers, put all those accounts and lists onto the test server, and that's it. And they give you a crap ton of experience and credits to play around with. Let's say, let's move up a little bit here. Somebody's having a lot of fun with his toy. Oh god. They're starting to get a little bit more daring here. Unfortunately, my team's just all camping in the same frickin' spot. Okay. Well, I know what toy Levi is going to be taking to bed tonight. I tried to track him. Angle. I'm dead. Oh well. See ya, BK. Oh, I know. He's in love with this thing. The tier 10 French TD match. Yes, I saw the. Oh, I received bonds for some reason. I don't know why. That's what it just said, more or less. That's probably some sort of bug, to be honest. So I received... It said it somewhere. Ah, Lord. Oh. Yeah, I received 15 bonds for playing the 50 AMX Foch, B. That's weird. I didn't play a whatchamajig battle, so it's probably some sort of bug, honestly, for the test server. Anyway, though, I think I covered most of most of the changes here, so I'm gonna hop over to the NA server here. So it's just gonna black out for a second here, guys. He wants me to throw it now. Oh god. What has Ryan done? Do you really want it? Oh. Sit. That's the wrong one. There we go. Other one. Speak! Speak! Ah! There we go. Alright. IS-3 or the Tiger 2, I would go with the IS-3. Oh god, he's really going at it here. Yeah, that's probably a bug. Thanks for pointing that out. Hopefully they don't fix that. Alright, so I said it earlier, but thank you very much for the Poodle tank. That's what I'm going to start out here with. I'm going to get that equipped up. I already know what exactly I'm putting on it as well. Yeah, someone was very generous to gift me the Poodle tank here. I credit you, or I credited you, your Levi biscuits too, for that already. I did make sure to do that. Right. I think that's what I want to go with. I don't think... Can you apply camouflage? No. That's what I thought. You know, with the custom... They have a custom paint job on this, essentially. Can I bug the dog? Unfortunately, once he gets his toy here, if I take it away, he will basically become even more of a pain. I'm hoping though that he calms down here pretty soon. Alright, so let me just get this crew worked up here. I don't need that yet. Esther and Graham, hello. But yes, today I'm gonna be not even, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna be soloing for the rest of the stream here. Usually it's a platoon day, but you know, since I only have a little bit of time here, I'm just gonna be soloing. Which, looking at this tank here, the Poodle, let's see, what can I compare it to that I have in my garage fairly quickly. I think he just gave up. Alright, so getting these comparisons together, yeah, basically it's a down-tiered stock Panther tank. As somebody already pointed out, if you look at the VK3002M, VK3001D, DPM is identical across them, aiming time, gun depression, penetration, basically same exact gun, just slightly different tank as far as the armor, you know, how it looks like. So what you're getting is, you know, nothing that's, you know, overpowered, underpowered, but it is the first Polish tank in the game. You get a Brothers in Arms crew with it, and it doesn't cost anything as far as those skill points go. Which hello, Ninja Monkey and Foreplay. Randall finally hit he hit the new rank there. Alright, buddy. Hey, stop. Please. Alright. He thought he was actually in trouble, but I had a little biscuit for him there. Alright, I'm gonna actually head south in this. But basically, honestly, the best thing about this tank is its name, the Poodle. So, come on, little dog. You need to tire yourself out a little bit, okay? Please. Yeah, for a premium, you know, it is a tier 6 premium, so it's not going to net you a ton of credits. But if you're anticipating the Polish tanks, which honestly I don't know too much about them, but they do seem fairly different. They should be coming out. Oh god, here's a big mistake. I'm not on the test server anymore. I'm gonna die here. Or might die, who knows. Thank you for killing him. That's a mistake, Poodle. I can't get over the name of this thing, to be honest. Levi's Paul, I was gonna say the game audio is not working still. That is, that's odd. I'll have to... Honestly, I literally changed nothing between last stream and this stream. Yeah, I'll have to try to work that out. I was about to say, the one thing I could try to do, I'll try after this battle, is reset, one of basically what I use for the microphone. That might be it. Not the best match, but which 45 Colt is on the other team. Hey, you finally made it into the stream. Unfortunately, you're on my blacklist now. But hi, dog. Please. Is that gonna be better? No. Yes, I just kissed my dog. He's clean. Or at least the top of his nose is clean. Alright, so I'll try to fix this here. Alright, we will see if that fixes it, and... Honestly, I'm just kind of confused why there isn't audio. It shows me right on OBS here that there's audio basically going to the stream. But hopefully that fixes it. But my sound, honestly, even though this looks very low here, these are my settings that I've used basically for every stream here. See a Cladus Kakis? I think that's how you pronounce your name. But yeah, that's just something I'm gonna have to try to figure out what's wrong there. But you know, I unfortunately can't fix it during the stream here unless that's, yeah. But yeah, literally the only thing I did prior or between last stream and this stream was download the test server, which I don't think that would have screwed up the sound because I can still hear the sound on my end. OBS is still saying, you know, it's showing up. I basically have a few different audio bars here, making sure that everything works. Still says it works there, so that's strange. I played since 2011, but people have helped me out quite a bit since I started streaming as well, with gift shop packages, you know, credits, gold, premium tanks. Well, if it's, you know, this is the first time a lot of you guys have brought it up. I don't know what the issue is, but I'll try to fix it by the next stream. But literally, honestly, I haven't done anything in between the streams that should mess up the sound just for the game. The first. Probably some stupid Windows 10 update that pushed through that messed it up for some reason. Oh god. Add another thing onto the list that I need to fix. Back to the unbuffed AMX48 here, unfortunately. Not doing myself many favors though, yeah. Pushed a little bit too far here. At least, yeah. At least I haven't gotten hit by Artie. And yeah, I'm about to get hit by Artie. Now I'm distracted thinking about why the frickin' audio is not working. This is going through what possibly could break it. I have no idea. This is where, you know, I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to like computers as far as like streaming apps, where basically I'm gonna have to reset up. It's gonna take me at least an hour or so. I'm gonna have to reset up like literally everything. So but why don't I see if this works? It shouldn't honestly need this as far as the sound goes, but yes I did, Randall. I actually put up a bunch of bird netting. But yeah, I got all the berries. Alright, so see if this helps. Turn the sound all the way up, but usually I have it set at 35. Yeah. Hello, Warrior. Nice to see you. And 23. But yeah, my microphone, fortunately, is working fine and dandy here. But yeah, for whatever reason, yeah. Alright, so we got the Tiger 1 here. I don't want to head south, but what the hell, I'll head north. Yeah, still no sound. Oh, thanks for pointing that out. I really wish that was... I'm putting it back to where I had it before I forget that I had it on 35. Honestly, I have no clue why it's doing it. Alright. Are you gonna let me by? Probably not. Because that guy literally saw an enemy tank and ran away when he wasn't even spotted. Do I trust my team to push out here? I got 2 lucky shots. I'm going for it. See if I get a third here. Nope. Alright, the guys behind me are starting to scare me because they are not moving up. Crap. Audio, why do you gotta troll me? Not gonna be able to sleep tonight. How am I not spotting that T-29? He took a shot at me and he didn't light up. It's just strange. Hello, Dingo, nice to see you. He's back to squeaking again. Oh, awesome. We have all these people in the north, and they can't push back a frickin'... Obviously, I put a little bit too much faith in my my teammates up here. They're struggling to basically fight against a light tank, one medium, and they never went after the arty. Well, not to sound mean, Mercy, but you know, the people back at the base right now waiting to move, they're actually hurting our team's chances to win. You know, we took this flank very early. All we had to do was finish off 2 tanks. The longer we wait, the more tanks that we lose in the south. And that's how you have matches to where it looks like everything's going fine and dandy, and then you have people just sit at the base and blow it for you. And you bounce off of arty. Hopefully he missed me. Yeah, I should make the in-game noises here. Well, yes, Gary. Fortunately, I do. I really only have, honestly, tomorrow night. I usually don't stream on weekends because Saturday is kind of like a wash for me. After work, it's the only day that Ryan and I, aside from Wednesdays, have kind of off together. So I usually don't touch a computer on Saturday, but hopefully I'll get it fixed by then. Because it's having me confused, because literally the sound works on my end, and from what OBS is saying, it's sending out to YouTube. It should be working, but uh-oh. I want to kill these guys, however, that is scary. Yeah, I need to run like a little sissy here. Oh god, they're capping. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get that back to the cap. Best thing I can do right now, I think, is to keep this OI off of them, and hopefully they can reset, but it's not looking too good. 26 HP. Yeah, it's looking like we're gonna get tapped out here. We have an OI. All he has to do is hit him with HE. Or not. I guess he missed. Oh well. Did 2600 damage, but unfortunately, yeah, they weren't able to get one shot on them. Hello, Casper. Nice to see you. If only it was that easy, John. But most amount of damage, but we still lost the capping out. I hate losing that way. Alright, even though he's not here, he said he had to leave early, I'm still gonna get through the PZ-3-4 here. Honestly, usually in the summer it's the other way around. She pays for most things because all my money just goes straight in the bank since I pay most of the house stuff. And she's a bartender, so she just has like boatloads of cash. For anyone looking to rob our house, Levi, he is very vicious. But yeah, she usually has the cash when we go out this time of year. Hello, Rafiux. Hopefully that's close enough. Yeah, I noticed that they're at the base a little too late, and our team noticed that. along with me a little bit too late for us to come back from that. Would have been nice though. We just needed one guy, it looked like, to get one shot on them. And I don't know how many people failed to do that, but it was a lot. That OI specifically had full HP to where he just had to pull out, plink him with HE, and we would have won. Well, not tax-free, but at least in Cape May, like all the businesses, specifically, like she's worked at a couple places, waitresses and bartending. It's not all tax-free now. Basically, it's once, some places, like the one place she works at other than our restaurant, it's every day, but we do once a week where you, as a waiter or bartender, you claim basically your tips. And most places, like the one that she works at other than our restaurant, it's based off of the percentage of your sales, because they don't do, you know, what people are expected to tip, say 20%, but the minimum you're allowed to claim, which, you know, I have no idea what she does, but basically it's based off of, most restaurants, it's the percentage of your sales. It's no longer tax-free stuff. Nobody wants to screw with the IRS. But most places, like the other restaurant she works at bartending, they basically factor it out to where they pay them, you know, below minimum wage because they make a lot of tips. They pay them enough hourly basically to cover the tax for the projected tips that they make. So basically their paychecks are null and void each week, and the tips that they claim, you know, they take home. That's kind of the same with how our restaurant works. We pay them minimum wage, our bartenders, but more or less all the tips cancel out. Your check, you come home with basically a $0 check, if you withhold your taxes that way. Thank you very much, Dana, for purchasing a different color stream overlay. Well, yes. The amount of junk mail we get, and even some companies that she has like a, say, an account with that think she's a mister, too damn high. Like, honestly, somewhere in this world, some company thinks Ryan and I are two guys. Nothing wrong with that, but specifically what stands out is we get like once a week, or at least she does. Alright, somehow he picked me out of all those tanks, but once a week she gets something from American Express for Mr. Ryan Smith. And it's been happening since I've known her, so a little over 4 years at this point, where she's gotten the same junk mail each week, and it's always been Mr. Yeah, that's never gonna happen, American Express. Like, alright, so 183 up next. Yeah, Gary, I've heard of that too. I've heard of a few, I know you're joking, but I've heard of a few Codys that are girls, but surprisingly around here I went to school with 4 other Codys, and, you know, RYAN, so typical Ryan. Yeah, I've heard of other restaurants where, like, waiters, you know, they only have to claim certain things, or it's basically up to them. I've heard of one person, they no longer work for us, and they worked at a different restaurant to where she's like, oh, I overclaimed. Like, say she makes like $200 in tips in a day. She'll claim like 400 and try to game the welfare system. It doesn't work that way. But at least in my head, it doesn't make any sense to do that. But honestly, yeah. I think I'm not the Ryan. She's honest to where she claims what she makes. When I was a waiter, because I've done basically every job in a restaurant. When I was a waiter, I just claimed what I made every day. After I tipped out, like the runner, busboy, stuff like that, I just wrote down what I made. Cape May might be the Cody capital of America. Yes. You get Mrs. Dana all the time. I actually had one of our sous chefs name was Dana, his first name. He got the same thing. Well, yeah, the Poodle, it's basically the same size as a Panther 1. Or, you know, a stock tier 7 Panther. Honestly, you know, it's a good premium for its tier. It's basically the elite version of the same tier German counterparts. Just a different hull and turret, more or less. My favorite tank's the T110E3. But I have a little under 20 minutes left here. I'm pretty much just gonna finish out these last few requests here. Hopefully you guys got a decent look at the test server. That was my main goal, to where just give you guys a little glimpse of it. Honestly, you know, I would have liked to grind out to get some more experience for my grinds and do more tank requests for you guys. But hopefully for those of you who don't want to download the test server and go through all that mumbo jumbo, you got a decent look at the changes. This is a huge risk because I can get hit by Artie here. Hello Mario, nice to see you. It depends on the, honestly, it depends on the day, the chat delay. It's usually, and if I'm actually reading it right away, it's usually right about now, 10 seconds between me and you guys, if I read something right away. Fussbot, my little app over here for the stream, it actually tells me the delay. The most I've seen recently is, I think, 12 seconds on the stream. It just seems longer sometimes because I might not, you know, read your message right away. I'm actually just gonna stick with AP here. But yeah, honestly, I don't think I'm gonna hop back on the test server. I'm just gonna uninstall it. Hopefully that fixes my audio problems, but yeah, I always try to, at least if it's a interesting patch, I always try to hop on at least once and give you guys a nice little look at things. Oh, 1 HP. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Literally 1 HP. That IS-3. I want all of his HP. Don't damage him. Goodbye. Very rarely do you see me use AP in this thing. But in this case, I am a flanking FV-183. Pro, it's coming in the next patch, which is why it's on the test server. The French TD changes. Polish tank, I do not believe it's on the test server because you only can buy it through the premium shop right now. Thank you very much, Labobo, for the tip. I know your best friend is not here. Your second half. You can keep pinging all you want, 268. but not gonna change the fact there's still a lot of frickin' tanks spread around the map. I didn't go directly back to the base because I'd rather go through the center here. Because if I go all the way back here, it takes forever. No chance to shoot anything. And once I get here, I'm not going to be able to get past the JPZ 100. He's still going to be a very tough cookie to crack going through the center. But I'll have a little bit better time. Actually, they can't cap with the JPZ. But more or less, going this way because I have gone to that H3 spot a lot, and to me, doubling back there has never worked out for me. I got his attention though. He definitely can't fit through there, but it will at least distract him. I can't go through there either, honestly, but actually there's only one tank near the base. Get your facts right. They have all their tanks back near their base. I'm hoping this CDC doesn't flank me, because I have a sweet shot on this Type 4 that does not have a lot of HP anymore. Almost, I was about to say, I'm almost positive I can shoot him there, but I can't. Alright, they killed him anyway. Yes, French TDs, Russian mediums, Russian heavies, Russian TDs, French mediums, American mediums, Chinese TDs getting implemented. It's more or less the changes coming. Alright guys, can we please just cap? That'll teach you. Granted, this is gonna hurt a lot. Only, yeah, he's got a heat round. Surprise, surprise. There we go, I got my E3. I should, no. Ah! I missed! I'm gonna die! I was trying to hit his gun, and I should have let go. You're not gonna be able to hit me. I was kind of hoping he was gonna follow me and try to crush me, because he would have died as well. Thank you for tipping Levi again. Yeah, it kind of sucks this guy's not capping, to be honest, but yeah. More afraid of the Artie right now than the JPZ. Yeah. Okay, somebody else said it. I was in my head. I'm in my head still geared towards kitchen speak right now. Is can we just please grow some balls? Usually I'm not mean like that to people, but come on now. It's a SPG. SPG is not gonna hurt you that much. I'm kind of in a... There we go. Thank you, E3. Hi, dog. Thank you very much, Object 140, for the tip. I did play you on, I played you on the test server, the new and improved version. One of the biscuits landed on him. I don't know if... Did you play it? There's one over there. But got a Master Badge First Class, High Caliber Award. Pretty good match. JPZ did a good job on their team, but unfortunately for him, it takes a team. And putting a JPZ on 100 in the center got him a lot of damage. But didn't get him much else. So I'm going to hop into an E75. After this, though, I will... He's back to squeaking, of course. I can hop into an Object 140 again, if you'd like. I feel like that was a hint. Hello, B-Mabs. Nice to see you. Long time no see. Hey, why you guys squeak all the time? Hmm? So I'll get the E75 here, and then, yeah, I'll do the 140 after that, if that's fine with everybody. I think it should be. Yeah, I forgot to put that in Lobobo. I got a little bit distracted by the grunting alligator. Gonna have to yell at Ryan a little bit for buying a extremely loud toy. Usually the grunts are low enough to where they're not louder than my voice. Granted, it seems like I have audio issues anyway, so I really hope I get it fixed by next stream. I'm glad they hit him. I guess that's the difference from being as far back as I was and being as far up as he was. Looks like he got spotted. I don't even know who the hell would have spotted him on their team. Didn't hit anybody. I would agree though, all the people on the center road, yeah, we're getting just schooled here to where, yeah. I'll add the biscuits to the shop though after this battle. Alright, I shouldn't be spotted here unless he's around the corner. That's the only way he's gonna be able to spot me. Actually, I can do almost an ace tanker right here. Got enough time on cruise control. I will not make that mistake, Randall. No kazoos for a 3-year-old on my watch now. There's the T-55A. Somebody got him. Ooh, he knows how to angle as well. Ah, he's got heat. I'm glad I swapped over to APCR for my next shot. Heat's a little bit stronger than APCR here, unfortunately, though. I got artied and yay. Thanks, team. Can't hide my lower plate here. This is no bueno. Only way is forward. Fortunately, I blocked that. He's probably gonna try to face hug me. Shit. I over-angled there, and my own arty killed me. Really, dude? His shot, we didn't even move that much. It hit me directly. Not, you know, I wasn't going to make it out of that, but I would have been able to damage him one more time. I hate when Artie throws shells that close to you. Hello, CRT. Alright, so my last match, I'm gonna hop into the 140 here. But this is probably gonna be my last match here, since I need to de-wind the dog. Or unwind the dog, I should say. So he actually goes to bed, and I can get to bed here, since I gotta get up at 4. Gearing up. This week at the restaurant was not like slow, but for the summer it was you know, it was just kind of a week, to where this weekend it picks up again. August is always like the like the worst month. It's the hottest month, most humid month, busiest month, for like pure number count wise. So see you, Casper. Thanks for watching. Levi, he honestly, he wants to go straight out back and basically prance around the backyard with his toy and not let me throw it for him. I know my dog all too well. Do you want to do that? Say, if you do not have help up here, Type 59, that's gonna just delay your death a little bit. Okay, I should be fine. The only thing that would scare me up here is that. Go figure. Holy crap, he's firing heat rounds. That's just not fair, dude. Help me, team. Need to get our numbers a little bit evened out here. Holy crap, how'd I get ammo racked? Oh lord. Did not expect to get hit by Artie. But at least we even that out a little bit. He's one-shottable now. Gotta worry about the Scorpion G. Whew. Ooh, thank God. I was afraid our Scorpion G was gonna get one shot at there. Not all of them, no. I only put them on when they have at least 2 full crew skills. That sounds like a blast, John. I hope you get very good matchmaking. Yeah, sorry about the audio tonight, guys, though. Like, honestly, I have no clue why the game audio isn't coming through. It's showing up on my side. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of debugging here to figure out what the culprit is. Hopefully it's not too much of a hassle, though. This is gonna hurt. Oop. That was my best bet there. Him bouncing, and he's a goner now. I can live with a slightly damaged gun. It's already starting to tick me off, though. Best way to grind to IS-3 is to do damage and win. It's pretty much the same with any tank. They still have a lot of TDs. Awesome for him. Really? They just freaking blind fired me almost. They have a T10 back here too. This is where, honestly, these guys are kind of camping, but whereas our team, we have these two guys in the base, they're practically useless. They actually have people in the base that are doing something, and their guys in the center are doing something. To where I'm definitely gonna die here. Yeah. Did 4,100 damage though, but that's the difference between winning and losing, to where this WZ is not going to last terribly long either. Basically, yeah, full HP ST1, and if the game doesn't even want to go to the guys, like this guy's actually doing something. But now, basically, our Scorpion G now moving up with full HP, practically useless, because you just lost 2 tanks actually spotting and killing things. Yeah. But this is the last match, so I will start a raffle here. It'll last, let's do 3 minutes, and the winner gets 500 Levi biscuits here. It might have, Victor, but the only reason I don't think it's that is usually when that happens, like it would have worked for the test client on the stream, which it wasn't. Like I have more or less how OBS is set up. I have 3 different sources for audio. I mute the one, which is my webcam mic. I actually have 4 actually. There's a webcam mic I mute, this mic directly that I mute, but I leave on my microphone that I feed through the voice system, basically to boost it up a little bit higher. And then there's the game audio, so desktop audio. It takes any sound coming from the PC itself. My mic obviously is working, and the desktop audio says it's working. So yeah, who knows? But hopefully I'll be able to fix it. It's probably some stupid, almost every single problem I've had with the stream and OBS in the past year, almost all of it ties back to Windows 10 ever since I got the new PC. Whenever a little update or any sort of update comes out for it, it breaks something. I don't know why, but it's honestly infuriating. Exclamation point raffle. But no, nice couple. That is not the command. They changed the Type 59, yes. It was a little buff, I believe. Hi, little whiny dog. Yeah, you need to stop whining. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Yeah, I hit the right spot there. Hopefully by the next stream I'll have the audio fixed for the in-game. But for anyone hopping on the test server, have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. Like typically I play it, you know, to the best of my ability, but after a few minutes, if the match is dragging on, I just pop forward, hope for the best. Alrighty then. But we got a loss, but I did 4,100 damage. Dog honestly is back into squeaking mode here. The winner of the raffle though is Poser. Congratulations, Poser. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If you can actually hear me. My next stream will be this upcoming Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope I see some of you guys there. Otherwise, have a very good weekend. Crow, to answer your question, yes, but please just go on the worldoftanks.com website. All the patch notes are there. Rather, you know, it's easier just to read them all there. But anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you around. Have a good night.